finally, let's open the 2019 Sunhak Peace Prize Award ceremony with your big round of applause.
네, 그럼 먼저 선악 평화상의 평화 비전과 발자취를 영상에 담아봤습니다. 영상은 통역 서비스가 제공됩니다. 화면으로 만나보시겠습니다.
To begin our official program this morning, let us turn our attention to the screen for the introductory video presentation of the Sunhak Peace Prize Award. Translations are also available through the video. Now, let's take a look.
What is peace? Our world is becoming one global village, and all of us are experiencing vast changes in our daily lives. How do we define peace, and how can we achieve it? As we search together for answers to the essential question, we may come closer to achieving a better life for all humanity. These statistics show a number of people who are suffering from many crises around the world. This is the meaning of peace emphasized by the founders of the Sunhak Peace Prize. That the essence of peace lies in knowing that we are all one global family which must come together in harmony.
하늘의 뜻과 인류의 평화를 위해서 크게 공헌한 사람 또 단체로서 역사적인 자리에 서게 될 것입니다.
The Sunhak Peace Prize promotes sustainable human development, conflict resolution, and ecological conservation as its core peace mission. Everyone wants to live a fulfilling and happy life. To achieve happiness, the dignity and rights of each human being must be respected. Reverend Sun Myung Moon and wife Dr. Hak Jahan Moon comforted mothers in Africa who were left without any resources to feed their starving children. She watched kids building schools and blooming hopes and smiles on the faces of children. We must ensure the dignity of those who dream of a better life. The history of mankind has been marked by countless wars. Too many innocent lives have fallen as victims to wars. Human beings must solve the roots of many conflicts before we can create a world of peace. The founders met with President Mikhail Gorbachev of the Soviet Union to bring about the reconciliation of communism and democracy. They also met with President Kim Il-sung of North Korea to propose a path to peace of the Korean Peninsula. And they also led a movement to promote dialogue and cooperation among religions and people of all faiths to resolve religious conflicts. Human beings have overcome the limits of nature, challenged the impossible, and have created tremendous wealth. However, modern industrial civilization, coupled with human selfishness, has had a devastating impact on the environment, and currently our planet is facing the threat of climate change. Fortunately, many are aware of the crisis and are raising awareness about the seriousness of the climate crisis. Today, as the survival of mankind itself is threatened, we must seek for a way to live in harmony with our natural world. The inaugural Sunhak Peace Prize focused on climate change and the food crisis and selected His Excellency Anate Tong, the former president of Kiribati, for his struggles to address the climate crisis. And Dr. Modudugu Gupta, a leading fisheries scientist from India, whose innovative work in aquaculture technology helped spawn the Blue Revolution. The 2017 Sunhak Peace Prize focused on the global refugee crisis. The prize was awarded to Dr. Gino Strada, a hero who fought for the right to provide medical care for refugees and war victims, and to Dr. Sakina Yakubi, the mother of refugee education who proposed a fundamental solution for refugee resettlement. The 2019 Sunhak Peace Prize focuses on human rights and human development of Africa. As citizens of the 21st century, we have to bring Africa's human rights issues and human development to the world's consciousness and solve these issues together. For us to build an era of peace and coexistence in the 21st century, we have to proceed forward with Africa.
본위원회는 그동안 여성 할례 철폐 운동을 선도해서 여성 인권 향상에 크게 기여한 와리스 디리 여사와 아프리카의 헌신적인 농업 경제 정책을 도입해서 스스로 미래를 개척해 나갈 수 있도록 굿 거버넌스의 비전을 제시한 아킨 우미 아데시나 박사에게 제3회 선학평화상을 수여하기로 결정을 했습니다.
The laureates of the Sunhak Peace Prize are the role models showing how one person can peacefully improve the lives of millions. In order to achieve peace, we must overcome the barriers that divide nations, religions, races, and cultures. Practicing love that embraces all humanity as one family will surely light up the path to a new and global civilization of peace.
네, 선악 평화상의 발자취를 함께 만나보셨습니다.
That was the introductory video presentation of the Sunhak Peace Prize.
네, 그럼 이제 설립자와 위원장의 입장 순서입니다.
Next is the entrance of the Sunhak Peace Prize founder and committee chairman.
네, 한학자 총재와 홍일식 위원장의 입장이 있겠습니다.
Dr. Hakja Han-moon and chairman Dr. Il Shik-kong will make their entrance.
설립자이신 한학자 총재와 홍일식 위원장께서 입장하고 있습니다. 여러분 큰 박수로 환영해 주십시오.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome them with a warm round of applause.
어서 오십시오. 설립자이신 한학자 총재와 홍일식 위원장께서 입장하셨습니다.
Founder Dr. Hakja Han-moon and the committee chairman Dr. Il Shik-kong.
고맙습니다. 자, 이제 오늘 행사의 주인공을 만나보실 순서입니다.
So we ask that you remain standing as it is time to welcome the nominees of today's award ceremony.
여러분, 아키노미 아데시나 박사와 와리스 디리 여사가 입장하겠습니다.
Please welcome Dr. Akinumi Adeshina and Ms. Waris Duri.
어서 오십시오. 아키노미 아데시나 박사와 와리스 디리 여사가 입장하고 있습니다. 큰 박수로 환영해 주십시오.
Please join us in congratulating our two 2019 awardees with a big round of applause.
오늘 행사의 주인공인 아키노미 아데시나 박사와 와리스 디리 여사가 입장했습니다. 환영합니다. 그리고 축하합니다. 네. 이제 모두 자리에 앉아 주십시오.
Thank you very much. You may all be seated.
먼저 홍일식 위원장의 환영사 순서입니다. 홍일식 위원장께서는 한국을 대표하는 인문학자로서 고려대 총장을 역임하셨고 세계 효문화본부의 총재를 맡고 계십니다.
I would like to invite Chairman Dr. Il-Sik Hong of the Sunhak Peace Prize Committee to give his welcome address. As Korea's foremost scholar in the humanities, he has served as a president of Korea University. He is currently the president of the World Filial Piety Culture Headquarters.
여러분 박수로 환영사를 청해 보겠습니다.
존경하는 내외 귀빈 여러분, 오늘 제3회 선학평화상 수상자를 축하하고 격려해주기 위해 이 자리에 이처럼 큰 성황을 이루어 주신 데 대해서 진심으로 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 특별히 세계 각국에서 오신 각계 대표 및 전 현직 국가 수반, 특히 아프리카에서 오신 여러 귀빈들과 함께하여 이 자리가 더욱 값지게 느껴집니다. 무엇보다도 먼저 저는 인류의 평화를 위한 헌신적인 노력과 업적으로 제3회 선학평화상을 수상하시게 된 오늘의 주인공 아킨 우미 아데시나 박사와 와리스 디리 여사님께 깊은 존경과 함께 경화의 뜻을 전합니다. 본 선학평화상은 고 문선명 총재 네 분의 사상과 업적을 기리고 그 유지를 선양하기 위해서 동영부인이신 한학자 총재의 특지로 제정되었습니다. 문선명 한학자 두 분 총재께서는 일찍부터 모든 인류는 한 가족이라는 공생, 공영, 공의의 신념으로 범인류 공동체 건설에 평생을 바치신 분입니다. 특히 한학자 총재께서는 지금도 평화로운 아프리카의 미래를 위해서 왕성한 활동을 펴나가고 계십니다. 내외 귀빈 여러분, 선학평화상은 인류의 미래 평화를 위한 제3회 시상의 방향으로 아프리카의 인권과 개발에 특히 주목했습니다. 진정 평화로운 세계는 손에서 무기를 내려놓는 것만일 수만은 없습니다. 한 걸음 더 나아가서 세상 모든 이들의 인권과 존엄이 지켜질 때 비로소 도달했다고 할 수 있을 것입니다. 오늘 수상하시는 아킨 우미 아데시나 박사와 와리스 디리 여사 두 분께서는 세계에서 가장 취약한 이웃들의 존엄한 삶을 위해 평생을 헌신하신 분들입니다. 아킨 우미 아데시나 박사는 아프리카의 혁신적 농업 경제 정책을 도입 실천하여 아프리카의 여러 나라들이 희망찬 미래를 개척해 나갈 수 있도록 굿 거버넌스의 비전을 제시했습니다. 한편 와리스 디리 여사는 야만적인 여성 할례 철폐 운동을 선도하여 고통받는 전 세계 수억 명의 여성들의 인권을 크게 개선하였습니다. 두 분 수상자가 걸어온 길을 돌이켜보면 진정 한 개인의 용기와 리더십이 인류 사회를 한 걸음씩 앞으로 나아가게 할 수 있다는 것을 실감하게 했습니다. 이렇게 볼 때 21세기 중반을 향해 살아가는 우리 또한 보다 나은 인류의 미래를 위해 끝없이 고민하고 실천하는 삶을 살아야만 하겠습니다. 이런 성찰과 실천들이 하나씩 둘씩 모일 때 평화 문명을 위한 전 지구적 위대한 서사시가 창조될 것입니다. 본 선학평화상은 인류는 한 가족, 미래를 위한 평화상이라는 기치 아래 온 인류를 가족처럼 사랑하며 세계 평화를 빚어내는 용기 있는 의인들을 앞으로도 계속 발굴해 나갈 것입니다. 끝으로 이 자리에 참석해 주신 내외 기입원 여러분께 다시 한번 깊은 감사를 드리면서 여러분의 건강과 가정에 화평만이 함께 하시기를 빌어 마지 않습니다. 고맙습니다.
감사합니다. 선학 평화상위원회 홍일식 위원장의 말씀을 들었습니다.
Thank you very much, Chairman Ho, for this historical speech.
네, 이제 시상의 순서입니다. 시상은 업적 영상을 보시고 메달과 상패 수여 그리고 수상자의 소감을 듣는 순서로 진행되겠습니다.
And now we'd like to move on to our main event of this morning program. For each laureate, we'll begin by watching a short clip of their work, followed by medal and plaque presentation, and ending with a speech by laureates.
네, 그럼 먼저 아키노미 아데시나 박사의 업적을 영상을 통해서 만나보시겠습니다.
And first, I would like to draw your attention to the screen for the video presentation on our first laureate, Dr. Akinumi Adeshina. Please take a look.
Africa, the warmest continent on the planet. The continent is still fighting against extreme poverty and vulnerability. Can people living in Africa transform their lives? There was a boy who was born in 1960 in a poor farm village. When there was a drought, his friends dropped out of school one by one, and their lives became more challenging. There cannot be peace in a world that is hungry. Dr. Adesina was determined to develop agriculture to transform Africa into a land of prosperity.
The question I ask myself is, where's the poor? Where are they? Majority of the poor, over 70%, almost 80% of the poor in Africa, they are living in the rural areas. They depend on agriculture for their livelihoods. They depend on agriculture to whether they can send their kids to school, whether they can have good housing, whether they can have good clothing, whether they can have good health.
His vision. Africa's agriculture will determine the future of food in the world. He paid special attention to increasing crop production and to solve the problem of poverty and starvation. He was sure that he had to solve problems in the fertilizer industry. Dr. Adesina planned and carried out an agricultural summit. Everyone said, it's impossible.
I remember I went to Rome and I got the Director General of the Food and Agriculture Organization, United Nations, to join with me. I went to the International Fund for Agriculture in Rome, got the president to be on. I went to Dr. Norman Borlaug, who was the Nobel Prize winner and the father of Green Revolution in Asia, to join our forces with me. I went to President Obasanjo, who was at that time the president of Nigeria, and I convinced him that we needed to do something because Africa wasn't using fertilizers at the time.
The outcome of the summit was enormous accomplishments that people thought impossible. It was the first and only fertilizer summit in Africa's history. And he carried out another unimaginable challenge for the betterment of the poor. He hurried his way to the Bank of Uganda. with his bold suggestion. And through his innovative ideas, millions of people were lifted out of poverty. In addition, the repayment rate reached 99%. And this illustrated an important lesson that even poor farmers can pay back their loans, and they are bankable. This innovative facility has spread all across Africa and provided loans for poor farmers, and brought an economic revolution to the African continent.
It's the largest ever done in the history of Africa. And so that proved the point that the farmers were bankable, agriculture was bankable.
Another challenge for Africa's future. It was rooting out corruption. Dr. Adesina was appointed Nigeria's Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development and rolled up his sleeves to tackle and root out 40 years of corruption. This fight against corruption needed innovative ideas and strong determination at the risk of losing his life. Innovation that ended corruption. It was the e-wallet system.
On to providing money, subsidies directly to farmers over their mobile phones. And they will take that phone, they'll go to the agro dealer, and they will send it money to them on their phone, and they will collect their seeds, their fertilizers, and they will go home. No government, no corruption, and no middlemen. All of a sudden, the rural input market was changed. Access to seed and fertilizer accelerated, right? Farmers used modern varieties. Food production, productivity went up. Food security went up. And the national food security went up. It's a connection between technology, between market development, and finance. It's like an ecosystem that we were able to build. And it was fantastic.
As a result of his enormous achievements, Forbes Africa named Dr. Adesina as its 2013 Person of the Year. On top of that, Dr. Adesina was appointed the president of the African Development Bank. The High Five strategy, which he is spearheading at the African Development Bank, is creating tremendous opportunities for Africans to live prosperous lives. So children can be raised to their full potential. He has been bringing a green revolution to Africa. As a result, he was awarded the World Food Prize in 2017. His grand vision and passion of transforming Africa into a land of prosperity was soon acknowledged by global leaders, and they came together to promote good governance in Africa. Now, let Africa awake the sleeping giant to explore the great potential on increasing international economic growth. His bold challenges toward building peace is cultivating a prosperous future for Africa.
네, 굿 거버넌스로 아프리카를 개혁하고 있는 아데시나 박사의 영상 만나보셨습니다.
That was touching video presentation, Dr. Adesina, for leading Africa's transformation by promoting good governance in Africa.
이제 메달과 상패를 수여하는 순서입니다.
Now it is time for the medal and plaque presentation.
메달은 설립자이신 한학자 총재께서 전달해 주시겠고요. 상패는 홍일식 위원장께서 전달하시겠습니다.
And now we'd like to call Dr. Adesina to the stage for the presentation of the Sunhak Peace Prize Medal and Plaque. And the medal will be presented by the founder, Dr. 학자 한문, and the plaque will be presented by committee chairman, Dr. 일식 홍.
먼저 설립자이신 한학자 총재께서 메달을 수여해 주시겠습니다. 메달은 순금 187.5g으로 한국조폐공사에서 특별히 제작했습니다.
And the medal being presented is made of 187.5 grams of pure gold, custom designed by the Korean Minting and Security Printing Corporation.
설립자이신 한학자 총재께서 메달을 전달해 주셨습니다. 감사합니다. 이제 상패를 전달하시겠습니다. 상패는 한국의 자계 명인이 정성 들여 제작했고요. 홍일식 위원장께서 상패를 전달하시겠습니다.
And again, the plaque will be presented by committee chairman Dr. Il-Sik Hong. And the plaque was made from mother of pearl by Korean tradition masters.
네, 전달해 주십시오. 자, 홍일식 위원장께서 상패를 전달하시겠습니다.
Please give them a big round of applause.
한국의 자계 명인이 특별히 정성 들여 제작한 한국의 아름다움이 느껴지는 멋진 상패를 수상자인 아키노미 아데시나 박사께 전달해 드렸습니다. 여러분 다시 한번 큰 박수로 축하해 주십시오.
Please give another big round of applause in recognition of 2019 Sunhak Peace Prize laureate, Dr. Akinumi Adesina.
네, 자 이렇게 해서 아키노미 아데시나 박사께 메달과 상패를 수여해 드렸습니다. 다시 한번 축하의 말씀 드리겠습니다.
So once again, I congratulate his tremendous achievements.
네, 자 수상자의 감회가 남다를 것 같습니다. 그럼 지금부터 아키노미 아데시나 박사의 수상 연설을 청해 듣도록 하겠습니다.
So I'd like to now call upon Dr. Akinumi Adesina to give his acceptance speech. Ladies and gentlemen, please give another round of applause to our laureates.
네, 박수로 맞아 주십시오.
Thank you very much. 감사합니다. Your Excellencies, the founder of the Sunhak Peace Prize, Dr. Mrs. Hakja Han Moon, Chairman Il-Shin Hong, and members of the Sunhak Prize Foundation. The Dean of the Board of Directors is here with me of the African Development Bank. If you may stand, the Dean Meluki from the African Development Bank. I'm joined by Executive Directors of the African Development Bank, Dr. Bright Okugu and Mr. David Stevenson. I'm also joined here today by Ambassador Kenneth Quinn, the President of the World Food Prize Foundation. And my dear friends, Mr. Kola Adesina and Mr. Tuji Oweye, thank you for coming all the way from long distances to join me today, and my colleagues and friends from the African Development Bank and from around the world. I see some of the governors of the African Development Bank, the Minister of Finance of Niger that is here, and Your Excellencies, thank you for coming, and good morning, everyone. I am delighted to be here today. It is such a great honor to have been awarded the Sunhak Peace Prize. I would like to heartily congratulate my co-laureate, Waris Dire, and commend her for her global fight against female genital mutilation. This prize is not about me. No one should ever work to win a prize. I serve God and humanity. For my life is only useful to the extent to which it helps to lift millions of people out of poverty. But when one's effort is recognized, then one is very humbled indeed. So thank you so very much to the chairman of the committee of the Sunhak Peace Prize Foundation and nominators from around the world for this great honor bestowed on me. The Sunhak Peace Prize is a call to do more for the world, and by the special grace of God, I will. I wish to commend the founder, Dr. Mrs. Hakjan Han Moon, for setting up the Sunhak Peace Prize to recognize work to make the world a better place. The ideals that you stand for a world where we live in peace, one with another, is not only a decent thing to do, it is a moral imperative. And your launching the Sunhak Peace Prize shows the power of family bonds. I would like to recognize, as I always do, my dear wife of 35 years, Grace. She's not here today, but I'm sure she's watching this live telecast at home. Grace has been my pillar of support, strength, and success. Without her, I will not be where I am today. I love you and I appreciate you more today than when you agreed to marry a young man who did not have much to offer than his love, affection, and commitment and dreams. For believing in me and in us. Thank you, honey, and I love you. The human race is one family, regardless of nationality, religion, race, or color. We all have the same blood running right through our bodies. We are all citizens of our world. When one suffers, everyone does. There's a tremendous suffering going on in the world today. Over 850 million people are hungry, with over 150 million children malnourished. While progress is being made, we are not winning the war on global hunger. There cannot be peace in the world that is hungry. Hunger persists in regions and places going through conflicts, wars, and fragility. Those who suffer the most are women and children. When the ego and the pride of the mighty clash, the consequences are felt by the weakest among us, children. They do not create wars, but the war's children suffer the most from it. The pictures of walking skeletons breaks our hearts, eyes so hollow, with hearts beating from skeletal stomachs, which seems to say, Mama, why is it that I'm not getting food? But their mamas are also not getting food. God made stomachs to be filled, not to go hungry. Today, the budgets we spend on military far exceeds what we are putting to improve agriculture and feed ourselves. The world, ladies and gentlemen, cannot plow with guns, and beans and rice seeds are needed more than bullets. Seeds give life. Bullets end life. In the 700s, a Bible prophet by the name Isaiah urged that the world should turn its swords into plows and spears into pruning forks, and that they learn to cease from war. War builds nothing. To secure our world, we must end the endless desire to look for reasons for conflict. Let's instead find reasons to increase support for millions of the poor to feed our world. For a peaceful world will be a food-secure world. There must be accountability for the poor, and we must reduce global income inequality. Think about it. Only 1% of the rich in the world own almost 50% of global wealth. The poor are stuck eating from the crumbs that fall from their table, if any at all. We need wealth, yes, but we need wealth for everyone, not just a few. The sense of exclusion and lack of equity or fairness often drives conflicts. But nothing drives conflict more than corruption. Corruption is like a blazing fire. It destroys everything in its path. Children cannot go to school or attend poor schools. Hundreds of millions go hungry every day. People without insurance who at the first illness spend their entire livelihoods just to survive, if ever they can. The hope of the future. The youth are wasted on our streets. Millions go without health insurance. Those who hope to make it in the cities end up in growing urban sprawls and slums, their future drowned. Yet resources meant for them are lost to the rising wave of corruption. There's a compelling need for public accountability for people, especially for the poor, whose only hope is for governments to help them unlock possibilities for a better future for them and for their children. I remember when I was Minister of Agriculture, and you saw it in the video, when I had to fight corruption. We succeeded in ending 40 years of corruption in the fertilizer and seed sector, using a simple tool, mobile phones, to deliver electronic vouchers directly to farmers. Dr. Brad Okogu was there, so he knows. This allowed farmers to buy seeds and fertilizers themselves from private sector suppliers. We cut off all the middlemen, the rent seekers, who for decades have gotten fat on government contracts, while the poor were drained. We ended government direct distribution of seeds and fertilizers. It was tough, one of the most dangerous things I ever did in my life, but it worked. Within 4 years, the system reached over 15 million farmers. One of the farmers, a woman, told me, holding up her mobile phone, she received her electronic vouchers. She said to me, "Now we can live with pride." This electronic wallet system for farmers is now gone global, and now at the African Development Bank, we're helping to expand it across several African countries. The poor do not need handouts, but they need accountable governments. The United Nations estimates that corruption costs a whopping $3 trillion per year globally in terms of bribes and stolen monies. Just think of what that can do. The World Economic Forum estimates that it will take $116 billion per year to feed the world and end hunger. It would take $8.5 billion per year to eliminate malaria. Now, that's only 0.28% of what's lost to corruption globally every year. It will take $26 billion a year to send all kids to school. I grew up in a village. All of them will go to school around the world. The International Atomic Agency estimates that for $31 billion a year, we will have energy, electricity for everyone. Now, that's just 1%. Or what's lost to corruption globally. Ladies and gentlemen, your excellencies, corruption does not invest in the future. It kills the future. And that's why at the African Development Bank, we're working so hard with the support of our board, with governments to improve transparency, governance, accountability across our continent. We are improving transparency in the delivery and implementation of our projects. And I'm so glad to let you know that indeed this year, the African Development Bank was rated by Publish What You Fund as the 4th most transparent institution in the world. We are working hard to build a brighter future for the continent. The African Development Bank, we are investing $24 billion under a new and bold Feed Africa initiative that will help the continent to achieve food security within 10 years. We are already reaching millions of farmers. We expect to reach more than 35 million farmers. To light up and empower Africa and provide universal access to electricity, the bank is investing $12 billion with the goal of leveraging $45 to $50 billion over 5 years. A lot of progress has been made, and in the last 5 years, we provided electricity to 25 million people. Thank you, but yet, there's still much to do to make the world a better place for all. That's why the Sunhak Peace Prize is a great inspiration for me. It's a call to do more for the least privileged around the world, and especially in Africa. Nothing is more important than ensuring that we feed the world and eliminate hunger and malnutrition. Hunger is an indictment on the human race. Any economy that claims growth without feeding its people is a failed economy. Nobody has to go hungry. White, black, pink, orange, or any color that you can think. There must be public accountability, political accountability for hunger around the world. A well-fed and healthy population will work harder and be productive. Lower price for food will expand disposable incomes, allowing households to save and invest in education and health of their children. Healthy populations will live longer, raising long-term savings pool. And above all, well-fed children will learn well, for an empty stomach dulls the brain. And that's why the best infrastructure that we can build is not a road, it's not a port, it's not a rail. It's what I call gray matter infrastructure, the infrastructure of the brain. That's the most important infrastructure that we can build. And nutrition, good nutrition, is the oil for the brain. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us turn our swords into plows and our spears into pruning forks. Let us turn our guns into seed planters and replace bullets with seeds to grow our food. Let us end the indignity of hunger in our world, for God wants it so. And even when Jesus was asked by his disciples to teach them how to pray, the first request was, "Give us this day our daily bread." That means food first. And that's why I am fully dedicating the whole of the $500,000 cash award of the Sunhak Peace Prize to my foundation, the World Hunger Fighters Foundation. To carry on the Lord's request to provide daily bread for everyone around our world. Once again, thank you all very much. God bless you. Kumshahamnida.
Please, thank you very much for your wonderful speech. Very touching speech indeed.
네, 고맙습니다. 아키노미 아데시나 박사의 수상 연설 여러분과 함께했습니다. 이제 공동 수상자인 와리스 디리 여사의 업적을 영상을 통해 만나보시겠습니다.
So we turn to the award presentation for co-recipient Waris Didi. So first, let's take a look at her introductory video presentation of her achievement. Now, let's take a look.
Needle, razor blade, and knife. Over 200 million girls have become victims of female genital mutilation with these tools. A girl cries in fear of being circumcised. Her clitoris will be removed with a razor blade, and there is no anesthetic. Worldwide, over 200 million girls are mutilated. About 3.5 million girls undergo FGM every year. Female genital mutilation. All procedures involving partial or total removal of the female external genitalia or other injury to the female genital organs for non-medical reasons. FGM is usually practiced under unsanitary conditions, causing unimaginably painful long-term side effects and death in serious cases. Boris Diri is a world-recognized fashion model from Somalia, who is the first person to draw the world's attention to the issue of female genital mutilation. Worestiri was circumcised when she was 5. Then, after moving to her uncle's house, she followed her uncle to London, who had been appointed as a Somali ambassador. While working as a janitor at a fast food restaurant, she was noticed by a world-famous photographer, Terence Donovan, who helped her launch her career as a model. In 1997, during an interview with a world-famous fashion magazine, she revealed her experience with FGM, which led her to become a human rights activist to eradicate FGM.
If everybody have the chance in life, no matter how big or small, power or opportunity or chance in life to do something for others, we can do better, all together.
For over 3,000 years, the family truly believes that a daughter who is not circumcised is not clean. This practice continues even though it is not written in the Quran. It is accepted that as a result of this mutilation, women are sick mentally and physically for the rest of their lives.
In 2002, Worestiri founded the Desert Flower Foundation named after her name. Also, Worestiri runs FGM reconstructive surgery centers in Berlin, Stockholm, and Paris.
Hi, I'm Worestiri. Every 11 seconds, a little girl is mutilated somewhere in the world. It has nothing to do with religion, cultural, or tradition, but against all right of humanity. It's crime, it's cruel, it is unacceptable.
FGM is a crime, cruel, and it's unacceptable. Worestiri was the first woman to draw the world's attention to FGM as a human rights issue. In 1997, UN Secretary General Kofi Annan named her an ambassador in the fight against the cruel ritual. As a result, the African Union and the United Nations unanimously passed a worldwide ban on female genital mutilation. However, we are still fighting for female genital mutilation.
Just yesterday, that I got a terrible news. Apparently, there was 64 little girls mutilated at the same spot at the same time. And 6 of them are in the emergency room in a hospital. And one of them died in the scene, 10 years old, little girl. When I heard that yesterday, really last night, I honestly was just, it was so sickening. It's just so frustrating and so sad, and it's just hopeless. The reason why it exists in the first place is absolutely pure ignorance. So I thought, the faster way to get rid of this problem is to educate people.
Faster way to eradicate FGM is to educate people.
Everybody in the world is stop FGM. Mothers. Yes, you two children, you fight it. You say no, okay? Where's my children?
It's all right. You are free. We can solve the problem. Are you with me?
Desert flowers are blooming through Morris Dreary's devotion and dedication. So they don't have to go through the painful experience she had. So they can bravely march forward to their bright futures. Morris Dreary is still rising. As an even stronger desert flower with the children to eradicate female genital mutilation in the world.
네. 여성 할례를 전 세계적인 인권 문제로 부각해서 할례 철폐 운동을 선도한 와리스 디리 여사의 영상이었습니다.
That was another heart-touching video clip. We can see her desperate calling on eradication of FGM by raising worldwide awareness.
그럼 이제 시상을 하겠습니다. 역시 한학자 총재와 홍일식 위원장께서 시상을 해주시겠는데요. 먼저 한학자 총재께서 메달부터 전달해 주시겠습니다.
So, Dr. Hakja Han-moon and Chairman Hong will move to the center of the stage again to present the medal and plaque to Ms. Waris Duty. First, Dr. Hakja Han-moon will present the award.
네, 한학자 총재께서 와리스 디리 여사에게 메달을 수여하시겠습니다. 지금 수여되는 메달은 순금 187.5g으로 한국조폐공사에서 특별히 제작됐습니다. 이번 시상식에 의미를 더해주는 메달입니다. 고맙습니다. 이렇게 해서 메달 전달에 이어서 이제 상패가 주어지겠습니다. 홍일식 위원장께서 상패를 전달하시겠습니다.
And next, the plaque will be presented by Committee Chairman Il-sik-hong.
네, 역시 한국의 자개 명인이 한국의 아름다움을 담은 상패를 제작했고요. 홍일식 위원장께서 수상자인 와리스 디리 여사에게 전달해 주셨습니다.
Again, the plaque was made from mother of pearl by Korean traditional masters. Please give a round of applause in recognition of the 2019 Sunhak Peace Prize laureate, Dr. Waris Duty.
네, 다시 한번 축하드리겠습니다. 오늘의 또 하나의 주인공이신 와리스 디리 여사에게 메달과 함께 상패를 전달해 드렸습니다. 다시 한번 축하의 말씀드리겠습니다. 이제 오늘 이 자리를 맡는 와리스 디리 여사의 소감이 남다를 것 같습니다. 지금부터 수상 연설을 여러분과 함께 청해 듣겠습니다.
And now I would like to call Ms. Waris Duty for her acceptance speech. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Ms. Duty to the podium with a round of applause.
여러분 큰 박수로 연설을 청해 보겠습니다.
Hello, hello. I don't know. Is it? Can you hear me? Yes. Is it on? This thing makes me nervous. I'm not good at these things. I'm good at doing things, but not talking. I don't like talking. I am grateful to be here. I thank you to Sunhak Peace Prize. Mrs. Moon, to committee, all of you. I see half of Africa is here. I am grateful to be, I'm proud to be standing in front of you. Welcome to all of you. Damn. Well, my friend, I didn't prepare anything or bring no speech, but I brought my heart with me. So forgive me for the I just really want to say, this beautiful award and event, and it is so much to me. When I was a little girl, I'll say something about peace. My first memory in life, in life was a violent experience that I saw against my own mother. And I thought, and I really hardly could walk, but I understood something wasn't right. I knew this wasn't a good thing. And from that day, something has changed within me. And all I wanted from that day on was peace. Peace in the family, peace in the neighbors, peace friends, peace in the world. It's really all I wanted. I didn't want nothing else. I just want to see people to get along and just be kind to one another. It's all I wanted. And as I get older, that wasn't the case. And especially as a woman, I just felt, oh, we get a baby. Oh, don't make me cry. I left my baby. Anyhow, I don't really have nothing much to say. You guys know my story. I have 25 years I have been running. I have been fighting for female genital mutilation, not only female genital mutilation, but violence against all. Children, women, human being, all. All I want to get is peace. And how do we get peace? We have to treat each other with respect. And with that respect, to no matter who it is, to your mother you owe respect, to the world, to teacher, to friend, to anyone. Everyone have to have respect to one another. And that's the only way you can get peace. What we learn at home is another thing. I don't want this world forever continue in the same, because it seems like we never learn history. Everything is repeat time and time again. And it just starts with the war, this bloody war. What is a war? War for what? We have a life, we have one life, we all want love, we all want peace. Greed, selfishness, is just all this is causing sickness to the world is pure greed and selfishness. And if we only can, brother man, we don't need to have a children starving in the world. There's so much money in the world, but where is it? Greed. Greed is keeping it. So we can do something in the world, and we should do. And I want to say also, not only for women, not only for children, not only for the world of humanity, but for Mother Nature. Mother Nature is in absolutely sickness. Another greed and selfishness. My, oh God, we need to stop. We have a generation to come. We have children, and we want to live this world in a peace and better world for them. I'm a mother, and it makes me so sad to know only what I know in my lifetime. My children will not know. I knew peace in the desert of Africa. I knew peace and a beautiful, beautiful nature. Yeah? I don't have this today because it seems like I can't even get a piece of apple who's really real apple. Everything is polluted, intoxicated, and multiplied, and I don't know. We can do so much in this world. Come on, people of the world. We can do. We don't just need to talk. If we come together And each one, and we better come together because there's no choice now. Mother Nature will kill us all. I tell you no lie. She's coming for us, and there's no way to hide. So I beg you, the world, we can do it with love and respect, together. And I leave you with that. I love you. I love the world. I thank you. I have nothing else.
네, 감사합니다. 와리스 디리 여사의 수상 연설을 청해 들었습니다.
Thank you, Ms. Ria. That was a lovely speech. As you have said, peace can be realized when you love ourselves and each other with a heart of mother. Thank you very much.
네. 자, 그럼 이어서 한학자 총재와 홍일식 위원장 그리고 영광의 수상자들께서 기념 촬영을 하시겠습니다. 선학 평화상의 메달과 상패를 들고 이 자리의 의미를 더 빛내기 위한 기념 촬영이 지금부터 이어지겠습니다.
And now a commemorative photo will be taken with founder Dr. Hakja Han-moon, committee chairman Dr. Il-sik Hong, and both co-recipients of this year's Sunhak Peace Prize.
네, 오늘 이 자리에 귀한 의미를 담은 선학 평화상 메달과 상패를 들고 시상을 해주신 한학자 총재와 홍일식 위원장 그리고 영광의 수상자 두 분이 함께 기념 촬영을 하고 계십니다.
I believe the two winners of the Sunhak Peace Prize have devoted their lives to protecting the world's most vulnerable people.
네, 오늘의 의미를 담은 기념 촬영이 이어지고 있는데요. 다시 한번 축하드리고요. 이 촬영을 통해서 오늘 행사의 의미 여러분께 한 장의 사진으로 다 담아서 보여드릴 수 있을 것 같습니다.
That was a
네.
wonderful moment that we are sharing together. Commemorative photo has just taken with the founder and chairman and two recipients.
네, 자 이렇게 해서 기념 촬영을 함께했습니다. 자 기념 촬영을 마치신 분들께서는 안내에 따라서 무대 아래 준비되어 있는 자리로 이동해 주시기 바랍니다.
And we would like to founder Hakja Han-moon and committee chairman Dr. Il-sik Hong and two laureates be escorted to their designated seats on the floor.
네, 여러분 다시 한번 큰 박수로 축하해 주십시오.
Please give them a big round of applause once again.
네, 고맙습니다. 수상자의 연설을 듣고 그리고 기념 촬영을 함께하는 시간까지 여러분과 함께했습니다. 자, 그리고 오늘 이 자리에 많은 분들께서 축하의 마음을 가지고 와주셨는데요. 나경원 자유한국당 원내대표를 비롯해서 20여 분의 현직 국회의원들께서도 참석을 해주셨습니다. 감사의 말씀 드리겠습니다. 고맙습니다. 자, 그리고 이 자리를 축하해주기 위해서 주 캄보디아 미국 대사 겸 세계 식량상 재단의 케네스 M 퀸 회장을 모시고자 합니다.
And next to congratulate the two laureates, Ambassador Kenneth Quinn came all the way from USA. Ambassador Quinn is the president of the World Food Prize and former USA ambassador to Cambodia.
세계 식량상 재단은 식량에 대해서 세계적인 성과를 올린 위인에게 상을 주는 재단입니다. 2017년에는 아키누미 아데시나 박사가 식량상을 받은 바 있습니다.
And the World Food Prize is an international honor recognizing the achievements of individuals who have advanced human development by improving the quality, quantity, or availability of food in the world. And Dr. Akinumi Adesina also received the World Food Prize in 2017.
네, 여러분 큰 박수로 모시겠습니다.
Please welcome Ambassador Kenneth Quinn with a round of applause.
So, Dr. Hakja, down here, Hakja Han-moon, Dr. Il-sik Hong, and members of the Sunhak Peace Prize Committee, you've done a great job. And right? So, Excellencies, representatives of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished delegates, it's an incredible honor for me to be here today and to speak and deliver a tribute to my great good friend, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina. But at the same time, I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to Ms. Waris Dirie. I'm a dad with a daughter, and so, thank God for what you're doing and continue to do to uphold the human rights of young girls. And together, these two laureates will bring a distinct focus on uplifting human rights and human development in Africa, and thereby advance the Sunhak peace agenda for the future. Now, I'm back in Seoul, Korea, for the first time in 33 years. I was here in 1986 as a young diplomat with the Secretary of State, George Shultz, and I have to say, a lot has changed. The buildings and all the impressive development, but there are some things that are quite similar about finding peace on the Korean Peninsula. But as the second decade of the 21st century draws to a close, it's clear that the single greatest challenge that the human species, that human beings have ever confronted is this: can we nutritiously and sustainably feed the 9 to 10 billion people who will be on Earth by the year 2050? And a second linked existential issue is whether global peace and stability, so essential to meeting that overriding global food security goal, can be maintained. Peace and global food security. But essential to fulfilling those is whether human dignity of all, particularly the poorest, the malnourished, among them women and children, can be preserved and elevated. Now, as my capacity as president of the World Food Prize, I've traveled over 12,000 miles from our headquarters in Des Moines, Iowa, in the American heartland, to be here to say, to proclaim that given these overriding global challenges of peace and agriculture, there could be no more fitting choice for the selection of Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, son of Nigeria, 2017 World Food Prize laureate, president of the African Development Bank, to be the 2019 Sunhak Peace Prize laureate. More than any other individual, Dr. Adesina embodies the personal attributes, the substantive knowledge, and this broad vision that has produced a decade-long array of impressive achievements that have already uplifted the lives of millions across Africa, as you saw in that wonderful video. And through his exceptional leadership, he has shown us the path that must be followed if the world is to remain at peace and meet and overcome that unprecedented humanitarian and ecological challenge we face. And this October in Des Moines, and I invite you all to come, our World Food Prize Symposium's theme will be Peace Through Agriculture. Now, not only recognizing Dr. Adesina's amazing achievements, but we have this linkage back to the first time when these issues of peace and agriculture were brought together in 1970, when Dr. Norman E. Borlaug native of my home state of Iowa, received the Nobel Peace Prize for developing miracle wheat, which saved millions and millions of lives across South Asia from famine, starvation, death. And Dr. Borlaug is considered the father of the Green Revolution. He founded the World Food Prize in 1986. That same year, I was here with the Secretary of State to inspire just these kind of breakthrough achievements that will be needed to eradicate hunger and malnutrition as world population grows. And I was so pleased that you also have honored Dr. Modadugu Gupta in 2015, also a World Food Prize laureate. So I'm hoping I'll make my reservation 2 years from now to be back. You'll pick another World Food Prize laureate. Now, that same year that Dr. Borlaug established the World Food Prize, he also became a mentor to this young economist from Nigeria, just graduated from Purdue University with a PhD, and starting a position at the Rockefeller Foundation. And over the next several decades, with Dr. Borlaug's encouragement, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, supported by his wonderful wife, Grace, began this odyssey to spread the Green Revolution through Africa, just as Borlaug had to Asia, the Middle East, and Latin America. So I'm so sorry Grace couldn't be here today, but I have to tell you why. She's with somebody even more important, perhaps, than Dr. Adesina himself. She's with their new grandchild, who was just born last month. So now you have an even higher title than World Food Prize laureate or Sunhak laureate. You have the title of Grandpa. Now, you know, I met Dr. Adesina for the first time in 2010 in Accra at the first the Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa forum. Not on the stage at a symposium. I was sitting all alone in the breakfast room at the hotel, all by myself, my first trip there. And he looked over and invited me to come over and sit with him. And we talked about Dr. Borlaug and made this connection. And in 1 hour, we bonded and became friends. And I have had this incredible privilege to watch him since then, through position after position, that brought him to increasing international attention, to the World Food Prize, and now here today to the Sunhak Peace Prize. It's his amazing accomplishment. So, ladies and gentlemen, the challenge of feeding 9 to 10 billion people will ultimately be decided in those areas that have between 1 and 2 billion people. China, in India, Latin America, around Brazil, and in Africa. Success will be determined by investment in science and research, enhanced nutrition, that gray matter, expanded rural infrastructure, roads, policies that unleash innovation, increase crop yields, all designed to uplift smallholder farmers. And above all, peace will be a critical element of success. But of all those regions, Africa, with its broad array of geographic subdivisions, multiple political leaders, offers the most difficult challenge, harmonizing all these factors. And it will be there in Africa that the greatest challenge in all human history will ultimately be decided. Can a peaceful Africa feed itself? Last November, sitting in the audience of over 1,000 potential investors at the African Investment Forum that he organized in Johannesburg, I listened. As the president of the African Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, mesmerized the attendees, imbuing in them the sense of, yes, Africa can. And standing there with the legacy of Nobel Peace Prize laureate Nelson Mandela, the man who transformed South African agriculture, brought peace to that country to guide him, my friend Akin Adesina was expounding his vision of how all of African agriculture can be transformed by Africans themselves and thereby bring peace to the continent. It filled me and everyone there with hope and optimism about Africa's future. I want to tell you one more thing about our laureate, and that's about his name. Adesina, the name has two meanings. The first part means like the laurel that would be placed on the head of someone who's achieved a great thing, sort of like a crown or laurel wreath. And his last name, Shina, means he who is carrying things forward, leading things forward. So today, now, you have given him that laurel of the Sunhak Peace Prize so that he now has an even greater platform from which to lead the way forward, to confront the ultimate challenge, to bring a green revolution to Africa and build peace. I know that Dr. Norman Borlaug is looking down this day with a large smile on his face for all you have done, my friend, and for all you will continue to do. Congratulations.
네, 말씀 잘 들었습니다. 세계 식량상 재단의 케네스 M. 퀸 회장의 축하의 말씀 청해 들었습니다.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Queen, for that stimulating speech.
네, 따뜻한 통으로 오늘의 수상자를 격려해 주시는 모습이 참 보기 좋습니다. 네, 이번에는 아프리카를 대표해서 특별한 분이 이 자리에 또 함께하고 계시는데요. 와리스 디리 여사가 태어난 곳이 소말리아인데요. 바로 세이납 아부디 모알림 소말리아 영부인께서 함께하고 계십니다.
At this time around, we have a special guest from Africa to congratulate the laureate, Her Excellency Zainab Abdi Moalim, First Lady of the Federal Republic of Somalia, where the laureate, Miss Waris Diri, was born.
네, 여러분 박수로 맞아 주십시오.
Please welcome Her Excellency Zainab Abdi Moalim onto the stage.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Her Excellency Dr. Hag San Jun Moon, dear Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to give congratulatory remarks on this stage of prestigious Sunhak Peace Prize. The award theme of the 2019 Sunhak Peace Prize is human rights and human development in Africa. Really touches my heart sincerely because I am a citizen of 21st century and I am African. A prize cannot be awarded to everyone. A prize is something that is awarded to an individual with a great devotion and who has God-given ability. Therefore, I would like to send a great applause and appreciation to the laureates of 2019 Sunhak Peace Prize, Dr. Akuma Adesina and Mrs. Waris Dirie, who have devoted their lives in building a better world for all. Waris Dirie is a human rights activist who have been fighting endlessly to eradicate female genital mutilation around the world. Especially, she has contributed greatly to raising a worldwide awareness of female genital mutilation issue. When she was appointed as a UN ambassador for the elimination for female genital mutilation, in 1997. After when she was published a book called Desert Flower, that book became world best-selling book, and it was adapted into the movie. The movie helped to spread the tragedy for a fact about female genital mutilation and helped people to change their perspectives about female genital mutilation. For every 1,000 of years, Choral Act has been practiced in many countries and fighting against the deep-rooted tradition was surely unimaginable, painful, bad to take with many threats against Waris Dirie. However, Waris Dirie devoted her life to improve lives of girls and women at risk of her life. In the end, she improves millions of girls and women's human rights by saving many of them from female genital mutilation, decreasing greatly through her tireless efforts. The two nominees of the Sunhak Peace Prize for 2019 are great men and women of this century who have taken the path which no one else has chosen to take for happiness of humanity and hardship, and have been making tremendous achievement through their tireless effort. They emphasize on the value of loving humanity to pave a bright future for everyone. Again, I would like to give a sincere congratulations to Dr. Akuwumi Addison and Ms. Waris Dirie. Lastly, I would like to send a sincere thanks and congratulations to the Sunhak Peace Prize Foundation on awarding individuals and organizations with futuristic perspective gathering, hopes, and a light to building bright future for humanity. I think awarding a prize is the great and glorious way to uplift humanistic spirit. Also, it's not only the award given to the nominee, but it's opportunity for everyone to celebrate, congratulate, and to learn the nominees' marvelous achievement in building world of peace all together. Amen. Thank you.
네, 말씀 잘 들었습니다. 세이납 아브디 모알림 소말리아 영부인의 축하의 말씀이었습니다.
Thank you, Her Excellency Zainab Abdi Moalim, for your heart-touching speech.
네, 수상자들을 축하하고 격려해 주시는 모습까지 함께했습니다. 자, 이제 오늘의 이 자리를 축하하기 위한 축하 공연이 준비되어 있습니다.
And to commemorate this special occasion, we have a special treat in store for you.
오늘 공연은 특별히 뮤지컬 배우 부부인 김소현 씨와 손준호 씨, 그리고 노래하는 작은 천사, 한국의 민간 외교 사절단이라고 불리는 리틀 엔젤스, 그리고 전 세계에서 퍼포먼스로 멋진 활약을 펼치고 있는 익스프레션 크루가 함께 멋진 무대를 준비했습니다.
And today's performance is organized by musical artist couple Sohyun Kim and Junho Son, along with the Little Angels, often referred to as Korea's best diplomatic corps, and lastly, dancing performance prepared by the Expression Crew, a world-recognized dancing crew.
특별히 이번 시상에서는 아프리카 인권과 개발에 주목했기 때문에 축하 공연도 아프리카의 밝은 미래를 만들어 나가고 있는 수상자들의 업적을 담아서 구성했다고 합니다.
As the word theme highlights human rights and human development of Africa, the performance will show the deep impression, deep meaning of the laureate's achievement that paves a hopeful path for the bright future of Africa.
네, 축하 공연 여러분의 박수로 청해 보겠습니다.
Please welcome the performance team.
Listen, girl. and I can see the world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. And through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. Whoa, they can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. Yeah. And I don't care, so call me crazy. Oh, and we can live in a world that we deserve.
There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. I feel your dreams are keeping me awake. I figure what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take.
A million dreams for the world.
Hey, I have a dream that the world could be something different, so much more than what I see, than the one we're living. A million colors come alive, that's what we've been given. I paint a picture in your mind, I can see the vision. More than a dream, it's a fate, it's a destiny. Frame of mind, just like a vision, it's meant to be. One foot in front of the other, we walking brother to brother. I know reality, we're painted in color by color.
However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world that you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake.
I figure what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take.
For the world we're gonna make.
When you walk through the storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, hold your dreams, be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and we'll never
dream. We were lost in love's embrace. There we found a perfect place. Once upon a dream. Once there was a time like no other time before. All was still and open door. Once upon a dream, and I wasn't afraid. The dream was so exciting, but now I see it fade, and I am here alone. Once upon a dream, you were heaven sent to me. Was it never meant to be? Was it just a dream? Could we begin again? Once upon a
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Ooh. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Ooh. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. Ooh. But I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. soul so weary. When troubles come and my heart burden be,
then I am still and waiting in the silence until you come and sit a while with me.
you raise me up so I can stand the mountain.
You raise me up to walk on stormy seas.
I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand the mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand the mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand the mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Ingo nyama
to do that can ever be done.
There is far too much to take in here, more to find than can ever be found. But the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky keeps great and small, and the endless sound is the sun.
네. 자, 여러분 아름다운 무대를 만들어준 리틀 엔젤스 예술단 뮤지컬 배우 김소연, 손준호 씨 그리고 퍼포먼스 팀 익스프레션 크루였습니다.
What an heart-touching and very outstanding performance by the Little Angels, Soyeon Kim and Juno Seon, as well as Expression Crew. That was a wonderful performance to make this event more meaningful.
네, 그리고 무대 우리 수상자들도 함께 했었는데요. 여러분 다시 한번 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
Please give them another big round of applause.
네. 자, 우리 리틀 엔젤스와 함께하는 두 분의 수상자의 모습 참 보기 좋습니다. 자, 마지막까지 우리 리틀 엔젤스 예술단과 함께 오늘 영예의 두 분의 수상자가 함께 무대를 꾸며주는 모습이었습니다. 고맙습니다.
Lastly, they're celebrating this wonderful event with the laureate of 2019 Sunhak Peace Prize Award.
네, 감사합니다. 자, 이제 두 분의 수상자는 다시 자리로 모시도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Now you may return to your seats.
네. 그리고 마지막까지 멋진 무대 꾸며준 리틀 엔젤스 예술단에게 여러분 다시 한번 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
That was Little Angels.
고맙습니다. 공연 잘 봤습니다.
Lovely and cute.
네. 자, 이제 이상으로 이 축하 무대를 끝으로 제3회 선악 평화상 시상식의 공식 순서는 모두 마무리됐습니다.
This will conclude the 2019 Sunhak Peace Prize Award ceremony.